Hello, all. So, got a new news story. That word. He's suing his mom because she stole his child support. He thinks child support is for the child. It's funny. A German college student recently asked Reddit for opinions on his plan to sue his mother after he found out she's been withholding child support payments from him. Maybe they do it different in Germany. This is his full story. Allergic to dogs. OP has always been severely allergic to dogs, but his mother loves them. The fuck does this have to do with child support? He has always been severely allergic to dogs, but his mother loves them. So over the course of his childhood and teenage years, she got 4 dogs and brought them all into the house. She really don't give a shit about her kid. She didn't care. Yeah, obviously. That decision pretty much confined him to his room and isolated him for the rest of the family. That's probably why she loved dogs. She just hates kids. His allergic reactions were so severe that he couldn't be around the dogs, and his mom refused to put them away. Yeah, the dogs deserve to be free. Then when he graduated from high school, he moved to college, but his mother wasn't happy about it. Oh, she wanted him to stay because she would miss his father's child support payments. God damn. But it was all his. The law says that once he moved out, she had to send those payments to him. Yeah. She ain't gonna do that. What is he gonna do about it? Sue her? Things were rocky between them. The relationship between him and his mother became strained as a result. But eventually they talked things out and he thought things were okay. Why would you think that? She didn't care about your allergy and she got the dogs. She didn't want you to move on with your life because she wanted to keep getting that support. She probably didn't have a job. She needed you for the paycheck. Why would you think that you were okay? Then she stole from him, obviously. Then over the course of a few months, the OP found out that his mother wasn't giving him the full child support payments. Instead, she was keeping 200 for herself each month. Yeah. Damn. She's really doing him dirty. She was paying enough. What? When Opie confronted his mother about this, she claimed that she was already paying enough. Paying what? You just passing on someone else's money. She also said he needed to get his spending habits under control. He needed to get. This chick has got some nerve. He worked hard. Yeah. I mean, he probably worked hard, but he probably wanted that money just because he didn't like his mom and he didn't like the way she treated him. And he realized she didn't want him to move up because she wanted that child support payment. He was being vindictive and she was screwing him over. I don't know what to tell you, man. That was like a slap in the face. He's been working since he was 16. She ain't gonna pay the bills. And before he moved to college, his mother took part of his money for rent each month. Damn. She charged him rent up on top of taking the child support? That is crazy. That is crazy. She really hates this dude. But he was broke, obviously. But with a full load in college, Opie didn't have time to work a full-time job. And since both parents were well off, how the fuck is she well off? He didn't qualify for aid. He needed every penny he could get. This man really needs to talk directly to his father. I don't know why. Talk directly to your father. See what you guys can do to maybe get him off child support, and he can support you directly or whatever. But you spend way too much time with your mother. She obviously don't give a shit about you. He took her to court. The child support money legally belongs to him, but his mother wasn't budging. So he decided to sue her for the amount that she had withheld over the months, since he went to college and to make sure he got all of it coming forward. Yeah, you do the same thing. She got you paying rent and taking the child support, and she was trying to sabotage your future so she can keep getting child support. Yo, she's not on your team. She's not on your team at all. His stepdad butted in. She sicked the stepdad on him. This woman. That's when the mother's husband got involved. He offered the OP €1,000 as compensation and asked him to drop the lawsuit, saying that they still had to pay off their house and support his sister, his sisters. I mean, probably his half sisters. But I wouldn't drop it. Fuck them. There's 1,000. If they're offering him 1,000, they probably owe him way more than 1,000. So I'm not dropping it. The dogs were more important again. He also said that the dogs needed food. Fuck the dogs. That made Opie start itching all over again, not to mention angrier than ever. He sounds like an idiot, to be honest with you. This could have easily been solved a long time ago if he just talked to his father. Needless to say, he rejected the stepdad's offer, and they're settling the matter through the court system. All right. Even dad took her side. What? What? Through it all, Opie has trouble finding any support. Even his own father told him that he was being too harsh on his mother. His dad should have been more harsher on his mother, and that shit wouldn't happen in the first place. That's probably why they're in that situation. That's probably why he's all divorced and paying child support, because he's a bitch. God damn, bro. You got your kid getting treated like shit by his own mother, and you're like, oh, when shit gets to the court part, that's when you're like, oh, you're being too harsh on your mother. Think about your child, you dumb fuck. What is wrong with these people? And even when his dad found out that the mom was pocketing some of the payments, he didn't want to change anything. Instead, he told Opie that the mother should remain in charge of the money. Bruh, this dude, no one, listen, that's why sometimes I don't feel bad about for dudes that like get like railroaded by ex-wives or baby mamas or whatever, because they're just dumb. A lot of them are just fucking dumb as shit. Like, a lot of these women are like openly taking advantage of them, abusing them, taking their money. And the best they can come up with is they try to make everybody happy, because they're fucking doormats, and that's why they keep getting taken advantage of. And that's also why I don't like nice guys, because they're parasites. They literally walk through life suffering, and then they just like they just like offer their heart for sympathy, and they expect people to just like feel sorry for them and take care of them while they're openly being like a fucking burden, because they're just getting taken advantage of by this person, and then they go into this other person for sympathy, and they're just being useless to people around them because they're getting screwed over. You don't have any money to hang out with your friends or do any of this because you're paying this person over here. It's taking money. Like, fuck these people, man. His father is trash, man. None of that really matters to OP, but he is worried about losing contact. None of this matters to him. Bruh. Your life is jacked. But he's worried about losing contact with his 3 younger sisters. He's always been protective of them. Why would you lose contact with them? His mother is abusive, obviously. Not only that, but his older sister is trying to move out of the house, and she needs his emotional support. What does that mean? Bro, she needs your financial support if she's trying to move out the house, and you're going to need all that money that you're suing your mom for. So keep suing her, get that money, and help your older sister. These idiots, man. These people are the cause of their own problems. He knows his mother wants to cut off contact between them. Redditors overwhelmingly supported him, with many calling his mother behavior abusive and manipulative, obviously. Some Redditors shared similar experiences with, this is not about you guys, this is about him. People always try to make things about themselves. Others pointed out that child support is meant to support the child. Well, yeah, but who the fuck who really cares? Who's really gonna like do anything to these women that take the money? I mean, even this dude don't want to fucking. He got his stepdad and his dad and his mom, all of them against him already, just for trying to like legally get her to actually use the money correctly. Like no one's gonna do anything to them. So child support is not for the child. And Opie is well within his rights to sue. Yeah, yeah, well within his right. If the dad wanted to solve the problem so readily, why don't he just take his money directly and pay the mom if he wants her to freaking have the money? Like a few redditors though suggested that Opie try mediating with his mother before falling through on legal action. What are you mediating? You're out of your freaking mind. Many Redditors expressed concern for Opie's younger sisters and offered advice on how to maintain contact with them. Why are you concerned for the sisters? They would be fine. Their dad is in their life. They don't have to worry about child support. Like they're fine. Some suggested that OP contact a therapist to deal with the emotional fallout from the situation. He needs to first solve the problem before you goddamn go into cry mode and figure out how to deal with your feelings. God damn, some people are so useless. A woman took to Reddit to ask if she's acted too harshly when she kicked out. Oh my God, more about feelings. Like, oh, dude has a literal problem that he has to deal with finances and the struggle. And people are like, oh, but how do you feel? You need a therapy. You need a therapist. How do you deal with the emotional fallout? My sister needs emotional support. Like, if you people deal with the actual problems in your life, then all the emotional things later it would be easier to deal with because you're not also dealing with the constant stresses always. When you have enough time and you have enough freedom, when you deal with all the actual problems that you have, then you can deal with your emotions a lot easier because the problems of life is not just constantly beating you down while you're dealing with your feelings. Like it's just stupid. It's one step at a time. You can't just try to do everything at once. And if you're busy dealing with your feelings instead of dealing with the legal situation that you got going on or the actual problems that you got going on, then you'll never get anything done because you just keep procrastinating because you're too in your fucking feels the whole time. She's 7 months pregnant and has just found out something. Oh, God. I can't. Enough. Anyways, until next time.